Good day. Good day. Today I'm doing a video recording to do the given task for assessment laboratory 3. The instruction for the laboratory assessment 3 is I need to explain what I did or how I managed to answer the assessments in lecture 3. Like we did in the past assessments 1 and 2. This assessments is, or this semester, we have 6 assessments, 3 assessments for lecture and 3 assessments for laboratory. For assessment 1 in laboratory, the instruction for us is we also need to explain what we did on assessment 1 in lecture, and as for assessment 2, we also need to explain how we construct or how I came up with the idea in assessment 2 in lecture. The assessment 1 is, the instruction for assessment 1 is, I need to make a hierarchy diagram about the given topic, and the topic that given to me is evolution by natural selection. And for assessment 2, the instruction is to find a related literature about the topic of estimating evolutionary trees. And after I found a related literature, I need to summarize and I need to make a link between the given topic and the chosen related literature. And for the main reason of this video recording, the instruction is I need to explain what the things I did or what preparation I did before taking the assessment 3 in lecture. The assessment 3 in lecture is 100 item online exams consisting of all the topics from week 1 up to the last week of the semester. And the topics that were covered in the assessment 3 in lecture is week 1 is about introduction to evolutionary biology. The topic for week 3 is origins of life in Precambrian evolution. For week 4, the topic is evolution by natural selection, and for week 5 is mechanisms of speciation, and for week 7 and 8, estimating evolutionary trees, and for week 10 is studying adaptation, and the topic for week 11 is sexual selection, and for the week 13 is evolution of social behavior, and the topic for week 14 is aging and other life history, and for the last topic of the week or the semester is evolution of human health. After completing the exam, there's these 2 questions that I have a difficulty to answer because the needed answer is, I think it's your own opinion or your knowledge about the question. And the first question is, um, assuming the four living species in the figure given evolved from their common ancestor without convergence or reversal, reconstruct their evolutionary and label this transition, which involved first striped or spiky backbeans, and as I remember, my answer is this. The fish that shared traits from their common ancestor is physically identical, but in the process of time, from the descendants of the ancestor, most of them is still carrying the traits. Still carrying the traits that they inherited from their ancestors. But some of the descendants of the ancestor experienced a change in their appearance. In this activity, the descendants of the ancestor inherited the physical traits of their ancestor, but they starting to evolve, especially in their body. The question is, what body parts of the fish starting to evolve? And I think the first to evolve in the fish is spiky backbeans, because the spiky fins is one of the most important part of the body parts for the fish, because it helps them to swim fast or to avoid predator and to stabilize their body in sudden movement or rolling their body. And for the second question is, knuckle walking and fist walking are exceeding rare methods of locomotion among animals. A similar type of locomotion occurs in a few other usual cases, such as the giant amphitheater and a few sloths. Why do you think it involves in only these animals? What advantage does it bring? What do you think humans lost this trait? What does this indicate about the difference in animals have for their forelimbs? And I think knuckle walking and fist walking is the only locomotion that appropriate for this kind of animals. Kasi the sloths and or this kind of animals eats ants from the ground, so they need to use their fist or knuckle to eat the ants. And their body is need to close to the ground so that they can eat properly. And I think locomotion uses by the animals depends on their environment or depends on their body mass. Before and after taking quizzes, in every topic or week, after the discussion or before the discussion, quizzes or pre-competency were given, and after the discussion is post-competence is given. And I always make sure that I have a duplicate or copy of that quizzes, the results of my quizzes, so that I can use it as my notes or learning materials to study, because I am aware that my teacher uses his or her past quizzes as part of her assessments. And also, learning materials were also given to us in every week by our teacher, and I use that as my notes, as learning materials to study. Before taking the assessment 3 in lecture, I did a preparation before it. I prepared my gadgets if it's functioning well, and also the internet if it's good. But while taking the assessment 3 in lecture, the university site is suddenly crashed, because I think the time is a lot of students using it at the same time, and I wasn't able to finish it. But my teacher gave us a chance to finish it, and yeah, I finished it on time, and I also passed the exam.